Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Evening Podcast for May 7, 2025. Firstly, we're looking at the ongoing tensions between the US, Russia, and Ukraine. Former President Joe Biden has criticized current President Trump's approach to dealing with Russia, accusing him of modern-day appeasement. This comes as the US navigates its relationships with Russia and Ukraine, with some arguing for a tough stance against Russian aggression, while others believe a more nuanced and diplomatic approach is needed. Secondly, we're following the dramatic escalation of violence between India and Pakistan in the disputed region of Kashmir. Cross-border strikes have resulted in reported casualties and widespread panic among civilians. Both countries are trading accusations and warnings, with the international community watching closely and urging restraint. Diplomatic efforts are underway to diffuse tensions, but the situation remains precarious. Lastly, we're examining the US-Ukraine-Russia dynamic, where historical, cultural, and strategic factors are at play. The US must carefully consider its actions and words as it seeks to promote stability and security in the region. Biden's criticism of Trump's approach highlights the complexities of dealing with authoritarian regimes like Russia, where diplomatic efforts must be balanced with firmness and resolve. These developments have significant implications for global stability and security. We'll continue to provide updates on these stories as more information becomes available. Thank you for joining us tonight on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we've been following the escalating conflict in Sudan, where explosions and drone strikes have left a trail of destruction in Port Sudan. The international community is calling for an end to the violence, with thousands of civilians caught in the crossfire and in desperate need of aid. In another development, we reported on a ceasefire deal between the United States and Yemen's Houthi rebels, mediated by Oman. While this agreement may ease tensions between the US and the Houthis, its impact on the broader conflict in Yemen and the region remains unclear. Lastly, we touched on the humanitarian crisis unfolding due to policies affecting migrants and refugees. We're committed to exploring the human side of these stories, speaking with experts, advocates, and those directly affected by these policies. These are just a few of the major stories we've been covering. Tune in tomorrow for more in-depth analysis and expert insights on these developing stories. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, I'm Barbara, and we'll keep you informed always. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we've been following the developments in global trade, particularly with regards to China's efforts to secure alternative supply chains. As the world's largest consumer of animal feed, China's adjustments to its import strategies are expected to have significant implications for global commodity markets. We'll be keeping a close eye on this situation as it unfolds. In other news, the Federal Reserve is facing a delicate balancing act between fighting inflation and lifting growth. With the economy showing signs of wobbling, the central bank must carefully consider the potential consequences of its action. Critics argue that cutting interest rates could lead to increased borrowing and spending, potentially fueling inflation. We'll be monitoring the situation closely as the Fed navigates these treacherous waters. Finally, several companies have reported their first quarter earnings, providing valuable insights into their financial performance. Notable mentions include Amaran Corporation, Willis Lease Finance Corporation, and National Cinedia, Incorporated. While some companies have shown impressive revenue growth, others have reported widened net losses due to increased operating expenses. We'll be watching these developments closely as investors react to the news. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, stay informed and stay ahead of the curve. And now, a brief comment from me. As the global trade landscape continues to evolve, one thing is clear: businesses and investors must adapt quickly to these changing circumstances. The Federal Reserve's decisions will have far-reaching implications for markets and economies around the world. And as we've seen from the earnings reports, companies that can navigate these challenges effectively will be well-positioned for success in the long term. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Lewis. Firstly, researchers have made a groundbreaking discovery that suggests magnetars, incredibly dense neutron stars, may be responsible for creating heavier elements like gold, uranium, and iron through massive starquakes. This hypothesis proposes that these extreme cosmic events forge heavier elements, which are then ejected into space and eventually find their way to our planet. In other news, NASA is facing budget cuts that could impact the future of the International Space Station. The proposed cuts include canceling a tracker layer upgrade to the Alpha Magnetic Spectrometer, a $2 billion physics experiment, and reducing the number of missions to the ISS. This has sparked debate among stakeholders about striking a balance between fiscal responsibility and the pursuit of scientific progress. Lastly, astronomers have made a significant discovery about the origins of our universe, with the detection of a massive galaxy in the distant universe that's challenging our current understanding of cosmic evolution. As we continue to explore the vast expanse of space and push the boundaries of human knowledge, we're reminded of the importance of scientific inquiry and the need to invest in space research. So, the next time you gaze up at the stars or hold a piece of gold jewelry, remember that you may be holding a piece of the universe's history in your hands. The question is, what other secrets are waiting to be uncovered in the vast expanse of the cosmos? Thank you for joining me tonight, and we'll see you again soon on the AI Daily Press. Good night. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we took a closer look at San Francisco Giants starting pitcher Justin Verlander, who's still searching for his first win with the team after 8 starts without a victory. Despite his impressive resume, Verlander remains optimistic and focused on giving his team a chance to win. Next, we delve into the world of high school sports, where 4 talented student athletes from Gulf Breeze High School have signed with top colleges and universities to pursue their athletic dreams. These young individuals have demonstrated remarkable talent, dedication, and perseverance in their respective sports, including wrestling, baseball, and football. Lastly, we touched on the story of Washington Nationals pitcher Justin Verlander's struggles to secure his first win with the Giants, highlighting the challenges he faces as he adjusts to a new team and the National League. These stories showcase the triumphs and tribulations that athletes face at various levels of competition. We'll continue to follow these narratives and provide updates on the AI Daily Press. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to bringing you more exciting sports news in the future. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. First, we looked at the challenges of navigating travel disruptions, with a focus on passport issues and the importance of being prepared when planning international trips. Next, we delved into the controversy surrounding the selective schools test in New South Wales, Australia. Technical glitches and postponements affected over 4,600 students, raising concerns about fairness and equality in the education system. Lastly, our investigation explored the evolution of corporate retreats, which have transformed from luxury perks to essential tools for building trust, empathy, and belonging in the modern workplace. We discussed the importance of prioritizing inclusion, accessibility, and emotional safety in retreat planning. These stories remind us that, behind every policy, test, or initiative, are real people affected in profound ways. As we navigate our increasingly complex world, it's crucial to balance progress with fairness, compassion, and understanding. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press podcast. Until next time, stay informed and stay ahead. Good night. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm your host, Joan, and we've got a fabulous recap of the latest music news. First up, Lorde is back and better than ever with her new single, What Was That? Trust me, it's a bop. We're counting down the days until her album Virgin drops in June. And, can you believe Ed Sheeran's new single Old Phone debuted on 2 UK charts despite being released midweek? Talk about making an entrance. But the real tea is that Kendrick Lamar has broken one of Drake's most impressive Billboard records with his collaboration with C.L. Luther. This song has been dominating the charts for weeks, and it's now tied with some of the biggest hits in history. We're on the edge of our seats to see if they'll break even more records. And as a quick bonus, Linkin Park is gearing up for the release of their deluxe edition of From Zero with 2 new tracks already making an impact on the charts. Benson Boone's single Room for Two is also rising up the ranks. That's all for tonight, folk. Stay fabulous, keep on dancing, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the AI Daily Press. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, in Kenya, a remarkable effort is underway to save the northern white rhino from extinction through an audacious plan involving advanced reproductive technologies. This innovative approach could potentially bring back a species on the brink of disappearance. Secondly, in South Korea, scientists are warning about the devastating consequences of constructing an airport near a critical stopover for thousands of migratory birds. The proposed project could lead to irreversible biodiversity loss and threaten the habitat of globally threatened species. The international community is urging the government to reconsider and prioritize environmental impact assessments. Lastly, our feature story tonight delves into the world of marine biology, where researchers have discovered that herringfish are adapting their spawning behaviors in response to environmental changes and intense fishing pressures. This shift, attributed to what scientists call fishery-induced collective memory loss, underscores the significant impact human activities can have on ecosystems and highlights the need for comprehensive and sustainable management practices in fisheries. These stories remind us of our interconnectedness with nature and the responsibility that comes with it. As we navigate the complexities of environmental stewardship, studies like these offer valuable insights into the intricate dynamics at play, guiding us toward a future where human activities and natural ecosystems can coexist in harmony. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press. Until next time, good night, and let's continue to explore and protect our remarkable planet together. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.